hurricane, a tidal wave. Excellence, perfect, life looks brilliant. Give me more of this. I'm out of control, about to blow, and I've been caught in the undertow. So toxic, but I can't get enough. You're firing me, firing me. Yeah, you're firing me, firing me. You've got me hypnotized. Push me out of myself. You've got me hypnotized. I can see, I can hear, going crazy for the light. It's got me hypnotized. You've got me hypnotized. Get you out of my hand again. Is it wrong? Is it right? It's like I've won my final war without a fight. I'm out of control, about to blow, and I've been caught in the undertow. So toxic, but I can't get enough. You bury me, bury me. I know you bury me, bury me. You've got me hypnotized. Push me out of myself. You've got me hypnotized. I can see, I can hear, going crazy for the light. It's got me hypnotized. You've got me hypnotized. Get you out of my head. Get you out.
Never gonna stop, never gonna change, never gonna do the things you say. Run my own way to get there. Pulls are calling and the eyes seem to care. In the air, no more crowd, just the opposite kind of few clouds. So tell me the storm is coming, for the sake of all your lies. Why don't you try to be wise? Now that I need you, why? Just to feel like I'm fading. And though my heart breaks a beat at time, I've pressed the lens just to tell you. Don't lead the way, don't even say that I drown with a color flame parade. I feel like I'm fading.
Hi, I'm the steamed artichoke from Shoes University, Jose Gonzalez.
And I'm gonna click my heels because there's no place like Auntie Collins.
Yes, and we did not coordinate these outfits, by the way. Like, this was for the record, I talked to Auntie like maybe twice this whole day. Nothing about coordinating outfits. This, you really couldn't write this better. I guess pink does go good with green. But yes, you guys are watching the Mother Tuck and Post show. Hello, Bobby. Happy Friday. Clearly, Auntie Collins didn't have a run-in with Mother Nature, that bitch, on the way into the show today. But you know what?
I'm gonna tell you something. This Pacific Northwest weather is gonna kill me because guess what? It is light out. There is sunshine now out here. If you didn't know, my hair is wet because I went outside and I got caught in a rainstorm while walking my dogs.
You know what it was? You knew that Ariana was on the guest judge panel this week. And you know what you were channeling for your look today? Rain on Me.
Toss.
A pride anthem.
Bitch, if I was gonna be a lip sync for my legacy here, Rain on Me.
Yeah.
Rain on Me.
You probably do better than James Mansfield did. I love James. James, we love you. Come on the show. Queen of wrestling, queen of wigs, queen of 1920s Hollywood, you know. Lala won that lip sync. It's okay, but
It's okay.
yes.
But you're talented. You're gorgeous. You're
You
Linda
look like Linda
Evangelista.
Evangelista. I felt like I knew exactly where this was going. Wow.
Oh, well, it's Pride Month.
Yeah, it's
It's a
been.
buy one, get one.
Which one did you buy and which one did you get?
I'm not going to tell you equal or lesser value.
Well, I mean, I do put the poor in Puerto Rican, so I'm probably the lesser value, but that is okay. Because
No.
this White Claw Surge is not lesser value; it's 8%.
Oh my God. I don't even have a drink.
Well, you have a whole night of debauchery ahead of you. You can't just like go on like a 6-hour bender.
I'm probably starting at 7:30 p.m. here. I am off to a carnival of sorts. My little town outside of Seattle is host. I say little town. It's like a town of a couple 100,000. It's fine.
So a city.
Yeah, it's like a city. I think that there's we were gonna park at the town hall, and then everything is blocked off, so we'll just walk.
You guys
It's
call
fine.
like 200-something thousand people a town?
Yeah.
I think Buffalo's literally like 300,000 per cap, like as our like city population.
Our city is so big.
How big is it?
It's split between 2 counties.
Oh yeah, no, we're one county, but we have a lot of neighboring counties.
We have multiple zip codes, so you're either in Snohomish or you're either in King County.
Yeah. I was gonna say because I now have a cousin in Puyallup.
Puyallup? You say it? Oh my gosh!
I don't know how the fuck to say it.
Puyallup. It's where the rodeo is, by the way.
You said Puyallup?
Puyallup. That's how you say it.
There's no W in there.
It's the Puyallup tribe. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm gonna type in a word in the chat and you tell me how to pronounce it since we're on this.
Listen, you want to play this? You want to play?
We
this
are gonna play this
game.
game. Pronounce that word.
Chitogwa?
Cheektowaga.
Cheektowaga.
Or as LJ calls it, the cheek to Vegas. That's a Buffalo burb. Oh wait,
my
one more.
gosh.
Because now we're really going to get into the fun native.
Oh my god.
pronunciations. This is our main highway.
Skadagia? Skajakia?
Skajakwada.
Skadakwada?
Skajakwada.
I would just be calling it the SCA.
Hi Bailey. Going to work WGAL TV Channel 8 start this Monday. Well, congratulations. Also, what a great like actual station handle to have WGAL. So like seems very woman first on the broadcasting. We love to see it. We have a community here called Poughkeepsies or Pekeek?
PP Kiss.
Pepeekases? Bobby, you're gonna have to send like a voice message in Discord or something.
Yeah.
I don't want to
PP
butcher
Kiss.
that too bad because we already have a few ESL Pepeekases. Pepeekases. Okay. See, that just no, I can't say what that sounds like. We'll get demonetized.
Listen, we were kind of talking about it last week, so
We were?
were we?
I don't know.
Am I thinking the wrong thing?
Yeah, I mean, I'm immediately thinking about Trixie Mattel in a Gatorade bottle. If you know, you know. Which, by the way, this is before we get into like the main meat and potatoes. I was on TikTok the other day, and a lovely person was going through some recent trademarking filings for One Wow Presents, and there was something filed
Wow
back on May
Presents.
12th for season 9.
Bitch, what?
Trixie said she's not touring this summer. Are we back?
Bitch, if we're back, cancel all my plans.
Wait. If we're back, can we still do their intros? Or is that copyright infringement?
Well, it's our show, and we make the rules.
And
so-
not theirs.
And not theirs.
It's because they're on a 2-year hiatus. We had to take over and fill the quota. Which, by the way, you can go to Hosanna Whim on YouTube and watch me rank every season. It's a great watch.
Amen.
I missed that Airbnb. That was a nice
You
little
should go there
townhouse.
again.
I would, but it was like $300 a night for Rochester.
Rochester?
Yeah, home of the garbage plate.
Also
Hey,
home of my ex-girlfriend.
Home of Jenna Marbles.
Home of Jenna
Home
Marbles.
of Brody Lee. There are good things that come out of Rochester sometimes.
Yeah. I used to go clubbing with my girlfriend while wearing 6-inch pleasers
Ooh.
in the snow.
Yeah.
Why
I mean,
did
it could be
why
worse.
did we
Could have
do
been
that?
Buffalo. Could have been Lake Effect snow. You would have lost that pleaser.
I was wearing business casual. So much hairspray in my hair.
I am so mad. I miss business casual club affair. I don't think in my whole 20s I've never. No, I take that back. I've clubbed twice, and one of them was in Denver, and I was 5 sheets to the wind. And
Not
No,
6.
this is a great story. So like,
Okay.
it's like the end of the night. We finished like hanging out at Barcade, Denver altitude plus me already drinking, playing video games. It was either video game. No, we went to karaoke first. I had a couple drinks there. Then we went to the Barcade, had more drinks there, played like Old Tekken and Killer Instinct. It was great. Then we round out the night at like some like a gay club or whatever. I forget like if it was like supposed to be a drag show or anything, but like they had drag queens, they had go-go dancers, and apparently like there was like this one box next to where the DJ booth was where like people were dancing on it, and I like ended up getting on the box with 2 other people like dancing,
What?
and I was feeling my oats that night. Wait, do I still have the pic? Remind me to. I think I saw the picture somewhere. Hold on, because it was in my. You know what? I think it's in my favorites. Hold on. If I have this, I'm gonna send it to you, but it's not gonna make it on the air because reasons.
Listen, I love
Now we're gonna
reasons.
go- let's
Reasons
see.
are my favorite thing of all time. If you scroll on my Instagram at queer auntie underscore
Yes.
queer auntie, by the way.
Okay, so the
y-
picture is me on the left, Bianca on the right, and our cousin in the middle. And I do have to clarify that because our cousin looks nothing like us, because Puerto Ricans do come in that color. I sent it on Twitter. Let me know when you get it.
Yeah, I have it.
Yeah,
This is for
family
sure.
resemblance, right?
Okay, but I gotta know one thing.
What?
Do you usually unbutton your shirt
No,
to that capacity?
no.
Okay.
I was bedridden for 15 hours the next day.
Listen, you probably
I
have
was
like
hung
2
over
buttons.
to the point where the only thing I did was I was in bed the whole day. I watched like the beginning of WWE Payback on my phone to see Trish and Becky Lynch in a steel cage, and then mustered up the strength to go drink water.
I do gotta say your hair looks great.
Now or then?
Then now it's always looking great, but then it looks nice.
I don't even know. No, that's just frizz. Also,
It looks
God.
nice.
Well, also, I think this was a live photo too, which made it worse. But since I switched phones, like you don't get the live when you send it elsewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. A time was had.
Honestly, your sister wearing a fanny pack is such an iconic moment.
Yes, yes.
By the way.
No longer allowed in Hickory, North Carolina. Once went for training. We went out for drinks with the company training us. Convinced them to run up a tab for everyone. Kept ordering $7,000. Oh, that's nothing. So before my old company that I worked at got acquired, we are so off track. It's good. We had
I love it.
We had our last all hands meeting in Charleston, North Carolina. So we had like a welcome dinner. Then we had like conferences. Then we had like another big shebang the second night, and then we all flew home on that Sunday. we calculated how much money was spent on alcohol that
Oh,
whole
no.
weekend. Give me a number.
4,000
For what? Oh, honey.
more.
A lot more.
More?
Pharmacy people don't fuck around with liquor.
Oh fuck!
Which,
12.
speaking of, Pluggo, I'm sorry if this is triggering our dear sober friend. How are you?
Hi, how are the kitties? Tell me how the kitties are.
Pluggo, we fucking love you, dude.
I love those kitties already.
Oh no, it's 10 times. We had over
10 times. What?
Over $100,000 was spent on the alcohol package.
Are you joking me?
No.
That is insane.
And that is also how we found out one of my boss's bosses was fucking another pharmacist and ended up getting divorced shortly after.
That's insane.
Mind you, the company was scattered all throughout the country too, so it was extra hot tea. So yes.
That's insane. I must have deleted this file.
But
Or
moral of the
this.
story is everybody's different. All right.
Mm.
But regardless,
Mm.
that is all the mess that you're going to get this episode. Because honestly, this episode of Drag Race was pretty wholesome, if we're being honest.
Yeah, but
It was a lot of holding space and queer tears and just...
defying gravity.
Yeah. They're so chill. They love the boys and Miss Plug. Aw. They're still figuring me out.
I mean, that might take a little bit, so...
Wait, did Pluggo get new fur children?
He got 2!
What?
Yeah, there's 2 babies! 2 new babies.
Where are they? I need to see them.
They're on Miss Pluggo's
On her Insta or her Twitter?
Twitter.
Okay, hold on.
So, this is what we used to do in college. We used to make entire albums.
Oh my god, they're kitties.
Right?
Aw. I'm not even like too much of a cat person, but they are adorable. Also, can we talk about the shocked face on the second one with his son holding it? Let's see. No, Pluggo's clarifying that she got 2. I mean, you know what? It could be worse. Something could have happened at that field house in Cleveland. You wouldn't have made it back home for her to surprise you with 2 cats. I mean, we were sitting in the China section at that SmackDown, so yeah, there was definitely some wondering.
I live for it.
What are you looking for?
Sorry, I thought there was this whole album of just business casual. I only found one picture, and I'm sending it to you because... And what planet? And I wore this dress to many drag shows, by the way.
It's the pendant for me. That is so of its time. And like the little loose curls with the center part.
Mm-hmm.
Not an ounce of contour.
And never contour. All Dream Matte Mousse.
Concealer lips.
Mm-hmm.
Probably CoverGirl Cheekers blush if I had to guess.
Yo, there was a blush out there that I wish that I'm pretty sure it's CoverGirl, but it was like the circle and it had the clear lid, and you like there was a button to open it, very similar to like how Physicians Formula does, but it was more sleek, like flat. But underneath it, it had its own little brush.
See, now I don't know because you said brush.
Well, there was like a brush like stuck underneath.
Well, I know what you're talking about, like packaging wise, but like I was thinking of like a pressed powder, like my mom used to get, because like she would get like TG from Marshalls.
Yeah,
and it would be like that compact where it's clear on top, and then like under the pan you had like a powder puff though.
Yeah, maybe it was a powder puff. I don't know, but I used to just literally all over my face. And that picture with the gentleman. That's my brother.
You know what? I do see the resemblance, and honestly, the way your like webcam is focusing on it, you both look like you have the same rosy cheeks. So either he put on a lot of blush.
He has rosacea. God damn. Okay, but like, look at those eyebrows.
Yours or his?
His are fucked forever. But I don't know who was drawing these eyebrows.
Draw is a big word.
I was drawing them because I don't have eyebrows. Mine are
No, I know. I'm
tattooed
just
on.
saying the execution. I wouldn't call it a draw. I would just say it was a drag. As in you dragged the pomade from one side to the other.
That was a very waxy pencil. I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
You know, that's actually your drag name. Welcome to the stage, Waxy Pencil. Your number's the Pointer Sisters. I'm so excited.
Good Lord, this is the best episode ever.
Yeah, we are. Remember when you said we were trying to keep this to an hour because you had plans, and we are 21 minutes in and haven't talked anything about this episode?
Well, listen, there's the substance of this episode. I also want to tell you, I watched this episode twice. Okay, the first run through, I turned it on at 6 a.m.
What were you doing watching Drag Race at 6 a.m.?
I was taking a shower.
But also, I was watching it at 9 a.m. my time, so for that, we could have just watched it together. While I'm working, I'm like...
Yeah. So I watched it while getting ready for work, got to work, and then during my lunch hour, I said, you know what? I'm just going to watch this. And then went home.
Yeah.
It was great.
But yeah, no, I mean, this episode, it was pretty wholesome. We might have some differing thoughts at certain parts, but I'm interested to hear the dialogue.
When I texted you, by the way, I was watching the results on my phone. So I have it where the Paramount app, I can minimize
Picture in
it.
picture?
Yeah. So I can do other things. As I'm texting you, I'm watching the results. Bullshit results.
Yeah, we'll get into it, but it's a new bracket, so you know what that means? We have to reintroduce these quins. We have to reintroduce these queens.
Pull up. Piala.
I don't even remember how you mispronounced my shit, so. Abdullah the Butcher over there. Anyways. So we reintroduce you one more time to the purple bracket. So for the next 3 weeks, these are the queens that are vying for the last 3 spots in the semifinals. But they don't know it yet. One of them could be the wild card that also joins them for the lip sync smackdown for the crown at the end. And still have a chance to win $200,000. But up first, actually, let me make this full screen for a second. We're going to do it like this. And then I can move this out of the way when we need to get to the bottom. So up first, we have... Or actually, can I move myself here? Streamline, will you let me?
You don't
No,
need
not
me on
remove from the
screen.
stage.
Oh! Archer! Are you trying to play with your sister?
That is not what I thought you were going to say.
He's trying to play with his sister, but they've knocked over a basket, so they've blocked each other. Are you gonna get her? He just did his little chihuahua. Sorry. I'm obsessed with that.
Yeah, all ears, no body. Love to see it. But up first, we have Denali, the Ice Queen from season 13. One to watch, I would say, for this bracket for sure.
Absolutely.
Beside her, we have Miss Cuckoo herself from season 8, from season 9, former Miss Congeniality. It's Cynthia Lee Fontaine. I love Cynthia. I don't care. Her energy is infectious, and I'm also extremely biased as a Puerto Rican. Because why wouldn't I be?
Absolutely.
And next to her, also filling the quota of Puerto Rican bias, the self-professed trade of the season, although I'm not going to disagree. I mean, look at the material. It's
Elisa Hunter.
Yes, yes.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were going to say it at the same time.
Oh, no, I wasn't going to. I was just saying yes, Alyssa Hunter.
Okay.
And then to move us out of the way, we're going to get into the bottom row. On the left, we have from season 14, she went from being a pork chop to the finale. Diabetes. And beside her, from the New York scene, season 8 queen, at one point Trixie Mattel's #1 op, Acid Betty, who we find out no relation between the Bettys. So we have two Brookses and we have two Bettys in the same brackets, and none of them are related.
There's no family resemblance here, so.
I mean, they're both bitches on their season. I would say that's a resemblance.
Oh, does a bitch make family? Yes or no?
No comment, because I don't want this to get back to them. And last but certainly not least, back for her fourth time, Jujubee, watch out. She's coming for your gig, girl. You know her. You love her. She is probably duck walking to phone by Lizzo wherever she goes. It's Ginger Minge.
Flooding basements as she goes.
Who also is a wrestling fan. Who would have fucking thought?
Not me.
Yeah, a friend of the grown-ass women, by the way.
Really?
Like, no lie. When we went to SummerSlam last year and we were at WrestleCon, I was talking to Victoria about this and like how like she loves Ginger and like how like they were hanging out, her and her husband and everything too, and they were talking about Drag Race. Like,
What?
I talked about Drag Race with Victoria of all people, and I loved it.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
unironically,
crazy.
too, so, yeah.
That's crazy.
6 degrees of separation. Who would have thought? But as we get into this episode, before we even find out anything about this, we kind of alluded to it, but just in case it wasn't clear enough, Auntie Collins, of everybody in that bracket, in the words of Alyssa Edwards, who would be the 3?
Denali, Diabetes, and I'm trying to remember what I said last time. I thought it like Alyssa Hunter, but maybe Ginger Minge.
Yes, so mine was I had Denali and Ginger for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was also going back and forth on Diabetes and Alyssa Hunter because I feel like we're going to have at least one redemption this bracket, I hope.
Mm-hmm.
It would be nice to see it. But Denali and Ginger, as far as like the way that they do drag for Drag Race, I feel like they're on different levels than the rest of the bracket. And that's not shade to anybody. It's just, it seems like those two queens in particular are very well suited for what Drag Race is.
Agreed.
So, but yes, we do find out that this week for the Maxi Challenge, you know how we went from having a lot of musical challenges in the first bracket? We have yet another design challenge. Although this one is a little bit different because we're getting some tandem design because this week our queens are being tasked with creating looks and a backstory to represent a good witch and a wicked witch. In honor of Wicked for Good, which was clearly dubbed in the entire episode because it feels like they do mention like in the promo on socials that it's Wicked Part 2 before it actually got the subtitle.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But also, when they showed Cynthia and Ariana, I'm like, okay, so are we going to get a song from the first movie where they still had to sign an NDA because the movie came out after this was taped? Are they going to do like something with the Broadway? Like, how are we going to go about this? But regardless, we do also find out that our extra special guest judges reveal themselves in a workroom video as Alpha and Linda themselves, Cynthia Erivo, and Ariana Grande. So quite bewitching, if you say so.
And this is the third time that Ariana has been on.
Is it her? Yeah, it is her third. It's Ariana's third and Cynthia's second because Cynthia was back on, I believe, season 12 or season 13. Which I forgot that Cynthia was on Drag Race one time before, but hey, more power to you, girl. So, but you know, I'm very excited. I honestly like, given the context of the episode, I understand why we get the lip sync we got. However,
comma.
This is for Ariana Grande only. If you're not Ariana Grande, you could skip past this and the timestamps down below that I'm sure are going to automatically generate. Hi, Miss Grande. Hello. We share the same birthday, June 26th. I know I turned 30 this year. I'm in my Saturn Returns, as you mentioned on your last album. I just have one request for the next time that you do appear on RuPaul's Drag Race. You know, lip syncs these days, we're missing an element of camp. We're missing comedy. We need something outlandish. We need something unserious. And there's nothing more unserious than a song that you put out on your 6th studio album, Positions. It is the second track It is an addition equation, which really, it's not about adding anything together. It's about where you divide, if you know what I mean. So if we could please lobby for 3435 to become a lip sync song on RuPaul's Drag Race, because I need to see our drag queens getting down on the stage talking about, and I quote, "Baby, you might need a seatbelt when I ride it. I'ma leave it open like a door. Come inside it. Even though I'm wifey, you can hit it like a side chick. Don't need no side dick, no." Yes.
It's a good one.
Yes.
Also, I had to look at the lyrics for it because
Tell me that's not a drag song.
it is.
Like,
'Cause
it
that's
is
the
such a
dream.
drag song that someone probably would have gone eliminated on their season and put it out as a single before it aired. Like, tell me that doesn't give bitch track. I'm sorry.
Honestly, that's everything I want to be is bitch track.
Oh, I can say everything you want to be is 69. But see, poetry or moments with Jose. Just give me a song and I can deliver a spoken word. So, I try.
So if you care to find me,
Yeah. Well, look on the social medias because I have the same handle everywhere. So, you say, so if you care to find me, I just pull up the ticker.
so if you care to find me,
Yeah, no, it's going to take everything in me to not just bust out singing Defying Gravity when we talk about the lip sync. Because I definitely was watching it again and singing it earlier.
agreed.
But the thing that makes this fun is that the queens are choosing who their partners are going to be and if they're going to approach being a good witch or a wicked witch. So, there's a little bit of lobbying that goes on in the workroom. At first we think, oh, maybe we have some seasoned sisters that might want to work together, rekindle old flames. Some queens that have never worked together before. Queens that feel like they know kind of like an aesthetic that they see based on character. But ultimately, these are the pairs that we end up with. We have Acid Betty with Denali, which this needs to be flipped back and forth on this wiki that I'm looking at, because if we want to keep it a buck, Acid Betty was not the good witch. Acid Betty was the wicked witch, and Denali was the good witch. Because at first they tried that, and then they're like, no, we should swap.
No. Right.
No, it was Diabetti and Ginger. Ginger brought up the idea of playing opposites. Like, Di's like, no, let's play to our strengths. So we have Ginger Binge and Diabetti as another pair. Ginger being the good witch and Di being the wicked witch. And last but certainly not least, representing the beautiful island of Puerto Rico, home of Backlash 2023, home of Bad Bunny and his Calvin Klein ads, we have Cynthia Lee Fontaine and her cuckoo and Alyssa Hunter. So, yes. No, like, I need to pull up, I wish I had like the T.S. Madison, I feel Puerto Rican in this hair, just like on the, that's what I need to add to the soundboard. Because that is how I felt watching them working together. Yeah.
Iconic.
Yeah. Wait, do we need to educate the chat on T.S. Madison and Puerto Rican? Hold on. I feel like we do. Let me get this pulled up over here because it is iconic for all the right/wrong reasons. We're going to do a little screen share here. Don't
Also, I want to shout out to T.S. Madison because she has been going toes with turfs all fucking week on Twitter.
Oh, it's been ridiculous. I don't know. I wouldn't have that kind of patience. But T.S. Madison has always had Twitter fingers, though, for being honest.
Honestly, if you're going to have fingies for anyone.
But yes, a reading for the great book of T.S. Madison. And I quote,
I spelled Puerto Rican in this. Rican. Whoa. Beady, 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 bum, bum.
Selena wasn't Puerto Rican, bro.
Selena wasn't Puerto Rican?
No.
She was Mexican.
Yeah,
Beady, 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 bum, bum. Beady, beady, bum, bum. I spelled Puerto Rican.
wait, that's not even the full version, because then she gets in, well, the girl that played her was Puerto Rican. Well, it's not the same thing.
It's not the same.
Well, J-Lo was singing Motown. She was in Motown. Like, I know that, like, front to back, side to side. If it was long enough to be a lip sync number, I would do that.
Oh.
Or the trick is you do that into Bitty Bitty Bum Bum by Selena. Duh. My mind.
She's Mexican.
Messickkin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
But yes, okay. So as we get into these pairings for the Good Witch and the Wicked Witch, which duo do you immediately think, oh, they're going to work together well? And which one are you the most concerned about?
Cynthia and Alyssa, because same. I felt like they would be jiving, grooving, and I thought, ooh, they're gonna take it. But then I was like, okay, are they gonna go to a niche? And then when they had mentioned, oh, you can't just be a bitch, you gotta be a bitch with a backstory.
Yeah.
I went, oh fuck, Ginger Midge is taking it, isn't she?
Although we get into the backstories in a little bit, but honestly, Ginger and Daya's backstory was not my favorite.
It was not my favorite either.
Dare
if
I
there's-
say it wasn't even my second favorite?
But if there's anyone who can make,
The performing of it was good. It was just the backstory itself. It wasn't necessarily the one that I like gravitated to the most. Because like I had multiple dogs in this fight, and I didn't think I was going to. But yeah. But I feel like once
You
we
tell
started
me.
to see, like, when it came down to the construction of the outfits, you could really see, like, especially for someone who is not a seamstress like Ginger isn't, having someone like Diabetes to fall back on and kind of have her, like, set straight was a best possible scenario for her.
I for sure kind of thought for a second that because out of all the queens, who do I have the least confidence in a sewing challenge, a design challenge, is Ginger Minge.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, this is going to clash because Diabetes is known for being quite creative and having it's always hard because like with creatives you have this vision, right?
Yeah.
And you're like,
Not even just the creativity,
vision
but
is
just the
gonna be-
technique.
that's true. But Ginger Minge barely knows how to put together a circle skirt, let alone an
Which is
elaborate.
ironic because she does mention that in all her seasons on Drag Race, she's never been sent home on a design challenge. And she's seen some tragic looks, whether she's worn them or she was just an untucked with them. Can I just do the Kennedy monologue for the one time?
Please.
And Spirit of Death becomes her. Well, to be fair, this wasn't a design challenge look. It was a look that was presented for the runway back on season 7. Hold on, let me pull up the picture because we're educating the children tonight. Okay, there it is. So we're gonna save this as. We're gonna do desktop. This will be worth it. So let me get into the overlays. We're gonna add one. Because seeing is believing, and somehow after all these years, a decade later, this look is still unbelievable. And when asked about what she was portraying, Kennedy Davenport says, and I quote, here's another poetry moment, Bobby, so if you want to
Poetry
do with this what
music.
you will. After a long night of hooking, Trade didn't like the session, so he had gutted me and set me on fire. But you know I didn't die. I had crystallized. And now I'm a glamazon bitch ready for the runway. That is literally the entire monologue word
I
for word.
blinked, and I was back 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Is that 10 years ago?
Yeah, season 7 was 10 years ago, 2015. And Trixie and Couch are going to do a rewatch about it.
I'm too old to be this dumb.
I hate that I remember where I was when season 7 was airing.
I'm gonna plead the fifth. We were getting out of our pasta phase.
I thought the chicken was lovely.
Alrighty then, but
Listen, I've almost been clean for 8 years, man.
yes.
Well done, Mama.
Can we also talk about the fact that I've not had to fiddle with the soundboard the last couple weeks? I've been on it.
I'm proud of you for not
Yeah.
pressing the wrong button.
Wow. Nice to know you have faith in me.
I'm proud of you.
Thank
Am I
you.
allowed to be proud of you? It's
That
Pride
didn't feel
Month,
like real
bitch.
pride, ma'am. Them. Well, considering like this is the apparatus I'm working with. Hold on, let me.
Can you unplug it and show me?
No, because I'm gonna unplug my mic.
Can you
but-
disassemble everything, please?
Can I pull it a little bit closer? Okay, but long story short, nothing's
Oh.
marked.
Nothing's marked? How do you remember?
There's pages and like quadrants. So like I associate certain positions with colors because they're all color coordinated. But yeah. But it also is my capture card. So if I don't have my camera hooked up to like an Elgato Cam Link, like the little thing, I hook it up to here instead so it's all on one thing. Although when I inevitably want to stream Switch 2 games, I'll just hook this up here and use the other capture card. for my
Did you
camera.
get your Switch too?
It was delayed. But here's the tea. It was supposed to come on the 11th.
Right.
It is now the 13th. It still hasn't come yet. My email is saying it's estimated for tomorrow, but the shipping is now saying it's estimated for Sunday, and I leave Sunday at noon for the airport to go on my work trip.
no.
So,
Oh no! Oh no! Oh,
I mean, people will
no.
be here to get the package, but it's the principle of like, I wanted to take that bitch with me.
Oh no! Oh no!
I fucking hate you.
Oh no! Oh no!
You really think you're all hot shit? Not the boar worms. Not the boar worms.
Oh. No, but I understand. I understand.
Also, if we get age gated on this episode of the podcast, it's because of Auntie's attire for the evening.
This is literally the top of my chest.
Yeah.
It goes down for a little bit further. Come on.
Tell that to YouTube's AI algorithm.
No.
They see like a hint of cleavage and they're like, oh no, we can't do that.
We keep going.
Yep.
I bought a bunch of these little jumper skirts. They're great. They're great. But you have to
Well, yeah.
disassemble everything to just, do the business.
Yeah, I was going to say, is that going to be your attire for St. Joel Sparkles tonight?
Yeah.
Hey,
I'm going to put,
they should be tipping you instead.
I usually have my titties out when I go to gay clubs because it's the
That's
safest place
encouraged.
to be.
Like, you know how like weapons are legal and encouraged in a monster's ball? Titties are encouraged and legal in a gay club.
Do you
And the
think I
best part
wear
is
this
that
to
no
a
one's-
I don't wear this to a wrestling show. I wear so many more clothes when I go.
Oh,
to a
I know you
wrestling
do,
show.
because it's a wrestling show. You don't need the peeping eyes of someone that's not wearing deodorant.
or washes their ass or is familiar with soap.
And we do mean like the actual soap, not soap from Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
What?
There's a character named Soap McTavish. Sorry, I have to be the code switcher for the straight people.
Listen, it's like the straight people being like, I want a bar that's called the Gym.
You want a bod that's called Jim from The Office?
A bar that's
I
called
mean, we say
Gym.
this, but John Krasinski did get jacked.
Listen, I'm gonna go to the bar, but I'm gonna go to the gym. That's so clever. So you never are going to the gym. Guess what I'm doing at the gym?
Well, I mean, depending on the gym, that's really a guess what you're doing at the gym.
I'm going to the gym to lift weights. 'Cause
Okay, good. You're not going to the gym to go on sniffies. Good. We're making sure.
No. I
Bobby,
wanna
don't
bench
Google
press.
sniffies.
I want to bench press my haters. That's what it is.
Yeah. And when you go to All In, you want to bench press Jamie Hater.
I want her to bench press me. Remember, I am not a top.
Well, I mean, you could be a... I mean, you are a power bottom, but what's wrong with that?
I'm just a little pillow princess.
Aren't we all?
Ah!
But I mean, speaking of princesses, we do also get to see Cynthia and Ariana make their way into the workroom, and you see Denali talk about how it's like the most homosexual moment of her life, and Ginger immediately being Ginger, just like it's anything Wizard of Oz themed and or homosexual adjacent, Ginger's gonna cry. But it was also very sweet and wholesome because, like, yes, like Wicked as a whole has been a plight for so many people for 2 decades now on Broadway, even before that with books.
Mm-hmm.
But it is very nice to see them getting their flowers and just like also them using the two-way mirror. Like they had a face crack of the century moment with the mirrors, Ariana and Cynthia messing with them after they left the workroom, which was a lovely callback to All Stars 2.
Yeah. Oh, it's been so long since that's come out.
I was gonna say, like, and you're rewatching. Did you rewatch All Stars 2 yet?
That's the one with Alaska, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
God, and, you know, in hindsight, I feel so bad for Jeremy all these years later. Like,
Yeah, same.
Like, we knew, like, Jeremy was set up on season 4 with, like, everything with She Who Shall Not Be Named.
Mm-hmm.
And then for them to come back and just, like, double down on that edit's, like, so fucked.
It is
To the
so
point where
fucked.
they're not doing drag anymore. And, like, God, I feel so... Hey, they're doing great now. That's all that matters.
And it sucks because, like, Jeremy is such a talented individual, far more talented than people they don't give a fuck.
Yeah, and
You know
then
what
on
I
top
mean?
of that, too, like, the talent was never the problem because it was always there, and it's still there, like, even though the character Fifi O'Hara has been retired. Jeremy's still very much talented on their own. Like, they do music, they do content, like, they have such an engaging personality, and, like, also hearing, like, the words they had when Jiggly Caliente passed away because they were such close friends to this day, like, people forget, like, and this is kind of a thing with Drag Race fans and young wrestling fans have a lot in common. I think it's just a Stan Twitter thing across the board, but like young fans don't know how to, it's not even just separating the art from the artist, but it's just like they feel like they are entitled to so much expression of their own opinions that are based quite literally on how production wants you to see things happening. Like they will take anything as fact. They are not going to like actually try to give someone the benefit of the doubt saying like, hey, this is a reality show. It's going to be doctored up. It's going to be tailored to fit some sort of narrative because that's what you do on a reality show. You're storytelling. It doesn't necessarily have to be a one-to-one recreation of actual events. That would be a documentary if it was, but there's just a lack of media literacy. And then it gets to a point where queens can't even do anything like saying hello without either getting like harassed, getting death threats, sometimes getting doxxed, sometimes losing accounts because of mass reporting, like from trolls. Like, I don't know if it's because like we're of the age where like we knew social media before social media was social media. And we also knew what life was like actually being outside as a young person.
Touching grass, having
Like
other
we were the
hobbies.
generation that, yeah, we had the internet, but we also had like be back home before the streetlights came on. Like we had actual relationships with our neighbors. Like we were taking the bus to school. We didn't have cell phones until we were later on in life. Or if you did have a cell phone as a kid, it wasn't anything extravagant.
Right.
Like, I remember getting a $20 Nokia track phone.
Yes!
That, like, didn't even have 4 buttons on it. It was just a backlit screen, no color.
Yeah.
And I still ate that bitch up playing Snake on it.
I was about to say, I played Snake on it.
Yeah.
And I also, because I lived in a religious household, changed everybody's name in my phone to made up fictional characters.
But you knew who they were.
I did. But I didn't want my parents to know that I was hanging out with Bobby.
Well, here's the thing. It's also like I had a track phone. So like once I was out of minutes, I was out of minutes.
Yeah, that's it.
Like it wasn't anything where like we were paying a monthly bill and like they could go through text messages on the bill to see who I was talking to and what. Thankfully, it wasn't that. And like I remember like being in the 6th grade getting cyberbullied like via text messages and like having like classmates like stalk my house and everything. Like
That's
this
so
was
scary.
before my like I wasn't on MySpace.
Right.
Like I technically had a Facebook in the 8th grade, but like even then like I closed it immediately. Like I really didn't get into social media till like sophomore or junior year, and that was Twitter. Like early days of Twitter when you had 140 characters and people actually had, well, I don't want to say they had common sense then because they didn't have common sense. I was looking through some old tweets of mine that I sent via text message on like my old Virgin mobile phone. I was just
Twit
saying
pic.
shit.
That's I posted a lot of twit pics.
Long live twit pic. Or just
I'm
like
pretty sure I still have the
Text-
contact. What
we
is
have
it,
40404.
Yeah. Twitter.
God, I wish it still worked. I guess, does that say the Bella Twins?
Yeah, it does.
Why do you have the Bella Twins in your contacts?
It's not them, it's their manager. It's fine.
Okay, that makes more sense, but I'm just like, ma'am, is there something you're not telling us? Are you going to be Nikki Bella's tag team partner at Evolution? Like, are you going to do like a dead-eye flight from Arlington, Texas to Atlanta?
I would kill myself. I mean, no, I wouldn't. That would kill me. I feel like, you know what I mean?
What, you wouldn't take a bump?
No, red eye flight after a wrestling show.
To be fair, the wrestling show you're going to is a matinee. And it's still probably going to end at the same time as Saturday night's main event.
I'm going to tell you something though. I'm going to be I'm going to be overstimulated to the
You
nth degree.
overstimulated?
What? Since there's no greenery allowed, I'm just gonna be chugging beer, and then I'm gonna have to make sure that I'm drinking enough water.
Do you know if there's CBD in Texas?
I don't think so.
Damn, not even CBD?
Nothing.
Yeah, can we not have to like... You're going to tell me that we cannot garden in Texas, but benzodiazepines are fine?
You can marry a 16-year-old still in Texas. Texas, Oklahoma. You can marry someone at 16. I think Oklahoma's less. And Mississippi is 13. Alabama's 15. I only know this because I had to do some research on it. Not for myself. For a project.
Uh-huh. Okay.
I'm already married.
To a
Obviously.
man.
To a man.
We say this like it's a bad thing. I'm sure your husband's phenomenal, but it's just like, he has to be, considering the fact that you were very much as sapphic as they came.
Always coming. Never leaving.
I was going to say, did you put up the tally board from last week like we were talking about? Okay,
No.
so I laughed this many times. This is what your number to beat.
Although, you know what is funny is that during a thing, I sometimes just let my playlist go.
What song?
The GoldenEye theme. And it's the N64, so it's got the
Not the Nintendo 64 GoldenEye theme. That is insane.
and it came on and it was like I had to stop. I was
See,
like, oh.
This is why I have a specific playlist on YouTube that's not on my Spotify. Because I make sure it is consolidated, because I don't want to be like mid-moment and then out of nowhere you just hear this. Yeah,
Honestly, that's a good.
It's a great theme. It is not for that activity.
Honest, it would get me hyped. Let's go reverse. Let's go.
Oh no. Maybe someone could ask Veda if that song works.
Does that get your gears greased? I heard it, and then I immediately regretted it.
Does that that should have been your intro? Does that get your gears greased, Auntie Collins?
Oh, I try to do on theme every week, you know?
See, sometimes I try to be on theme or just like come up with something the week of. I'm like, I had nothing going into. Oh, you know what? I almost had a prop bit. Which hold on, let me pull.
A prop? What are you,
Well,
carrot
technically
top?
two props. No, I was gonna say, in full transparency, purple is my favorite color.
Ah! Do you remember?
Bring back clear electronics.
Listen, I loved N64, like that teal color with the clear. Oh, the
I had a clear purple Game Boy Advance.
purple.
Wait, no, it's frozen. What? Okay, there
Am
it is.
I frozen?
Not anymore.
Oh dear Lord Jesus! There's a fire.
And I got time for that. Yeah, I was gonna say, STG. If you need to parlay on like parlaying the over under of us being on topic, the over wins for us being off topic. You know.
Listen, I don't have on a ramble to ramble on.
But also, this is more fun to ramble on. ROH sucks. Did you ever get the Galaxy Purple Nintendo 3DS? No, because I never got a 3DS. I ended up getting a 2DS years later when that came out. But also, I had a PSP 1000 for the longest. And then literally it took me to like 2 years ago to finally get a Vita. And I have like the 1000 series PlayStation Vita that's covered in fingerprints right now. But like I ended up getting it right before the eShop closed. And I'm keeping it vanilla instead of like homebrewing it. So like I've been playing not recently, but I was playing the fuck out of like Hot Shots Golf World Invitational and Street Fighter Cross Tekken on here. Such an underrated.
Speaking of the fact that I left, it's on hiatus.
Yeah.
I left on a ramble to do Love Island USA.
Yeah, Love Island. It's giving community.
Can I tell you something?
Yes, go ahead.
My live stream from last night, it is sitting at 14,000 views.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So, were you doing a watch along, or was it just a review?
So I was doing a watch along because I didn't want to watch it by myself.
Wait, did you have the show feed on screen?
I did, but it's quiet, so it's silent.
But it didn't get blocked?
It did not get blocked. And I'm pausing it and talking and laughing.
Okay, good. So you're treating it like a true commentary then. Who?
Yes.
All right. NBC Universal, don't come for their gig, please.
Yeah, don't come for me. I mean, if they do, what are they going to do?
Yeah. Jose having a big brain moment. What do you mean?
I do have to say that
A big brain moment. I'll have you know my brain is huge. It's the only way that I can have it in a head this big where I was getting called George Lopez in school.
I do have a lot of dislikes on my videos now that I'm getting the views.
I mean, they don't show the number of dislikes on YouTube like they used to.
They do show like the percentage like in the back end. So my videos are hitting like 52% likes versus dislikes. So if you want to like me, head on over to my YouTube at Queer Auntie. Queer Auntie. That sounds weird saying auntie. Queer Auntie.
52% is a win. You know what? It might not be a passing grade, but it's a win.
Go like all of my live videos, please. Go follow the channel.
Yes.
I just can't believe it says 14. 414, comma 205.
Wow.
Why?
That's actually a zip code over here, 14205. I'm being dead ass.
That is hilarious.
Let me see what. Yeah, so is that downtown or what part is it? Let me see. It is. Oh, this is the west side. Okay. Yeah, so
When
west
I
side of
lived in
Buffalo,
Rockland.
old architecture. Yes. Period.
I had a very similar.
90210 Cap. Not Kappa.
No.
Well, also we know now that STG doesn't have the golden kappa. So what are you doing with your life, sir?
Yeah,
And
boo.
these Tony Khan emotes. Thoughts on the
Dave
Switch
Meltzer.
2? I haven't gotten mine yet, so I wouldn't fucking know. But once I actually get to play it, I will have thoughts probably next week. So we shall see. But you know, we do have this week since we're already an hour into the show. And Auntie Collins has plans, so I think it's time for us to go home, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Let's get
Leave.
into it. So on the runway, they were so nice to consolidate it because they're getting paid in, they're getting judged in pairs. No, it got delayed. So Walmart had another drop on plans of social life. No, I'm going on a work trip, and then somehow I finagled getting Broadway tickets too. So I'm gonna go see Death Becomes Her on Tuesday. It's fine, but I also might get to see my good friend Queen of the Wing. So whoa, that's not English. Queen of the Ring. So I might get to see my good friend Alex Lajas in New York. So we'll see. But anyways, category is Good Witch and Wicked Witch. Up first we have Ginger Minge as the Good Witch, Diabetes the Wicked Witch, Ginger being the Good Witch of water, and then Diabetes being the Wicked Witch of wind. They were twins. They both hate their mother nature, who is such a bitch. It was all right. The story was all right. I think the looks were better than the story.
I think the looks were better than the story. I think that Diabetes' look was incredible.
It
I
gave me
loved it.
Maleficent.
Yes, it did read Maleficent, but like Maleficent's cousin in a different world. Whereas Ginger Minge read as
It gave female Maleficent. It's spelled like that.
I
Or
would say
because it's
Ginger
drag, she's
Minge-
putting the male in Maleficent, but
yeah. Well, Ginger Minge to me, from the shoulders up, she looks like a Channel 5 weather girl.
is this button? Hold on. No, it's this button. Hello.
Yes.
We're having weather.
We're having weather.
And I got on the first try. Okay. Like, Ginger, bless her. I mean, the construction is good. How much of it she did versus Daya remains to be seen.
Yeah.
I will say, like, the blue on blue, it does kind of show, like, movement in the water. Although it does kind of look like she dipped a world book in, like, a bathtub full of blue rid.
I mean, it looks like a blanket that I have on my couch.
You have a blanket with that much tulle on it?
I have a blanket that does anything. All the things. Everything.
Do you have a blanket that gets hung out the window by his father? If you know, you know.
Oh my god.
Tell me you're a child of the 2000s without telling me you're a child of the 2000s.
While wearing sunglasses.
Yeah. God, we need to bring back the VH1. We talked about this on the show before. VH1, bring back the I love the insert decades here. We have 2 more decades you could do. But anyways, I mean, it was fine. I
Yeah.
think Daya's look was probably top 2 looks of the week. I love those boots.
I want them.
Those
Just
are
to
some
sit-
Patrick Star ass boots if I've ever seen them in my life.
I would die if I wore them, but I want them.
Yeah. Like Terry Runnels used to wrestle in those boots. And I'm not even being funny, she did. Like
Absolutely.
that's giving Terry Runnels Miss Kitty realness. But yes.
Absolutely.
Up next, Alyssa Hunter and Cynthia Lee Fontaine. Alyssa Hunter playing the auntie to Alyssa Hunter playing the niece to Cynthia Lee Fontaine's auntie. Alyssa representing the fire and Cynthia representing water. I like how they were kind of talking about like little subtle hints of Puerto Rican shit with like, did Cynthia have Alyssa's rum? And then it's like, bitch, you know I had liver cancer. Which like it's a way to like touch on the fact that like she's better now, but like also like make light out of it. And then they
Yeah.
brought out like the star and put it in between them, and they were represented the colors of the Puerto Rican flag, and they got like most of the judges to say wepa except for RuPaul, who was too busy laughing.
I thought I love the construction of both of these garments so much. If only the dress hit the floor.
Yeah, if the dress hit the floor for Cynthia, I think they would have been probably in the top this week because I love the backstory.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying that just like as a Puerto Rican, but just like it was fun seeing them interact with like an aunt niece dynamic and everything too. But also like we got to see them shed layers. Michelle did give the commentary of it being costumey, but in a positive critique this way. Which, just a reminder, drag is a costume. Like, I don't give two shits if they're wearing
I don't
cardboard.
give two
Because
shits.
if you serve cardboard like this, serve it all you want.
Amen.
Yeah. We'll add that to the list of kinks, biodegrading.
It's better than plastic or silicone.
I wouldn't say it's better than plastic. Have you seen that fucking corset? Plastic TR making hand over fist on TikTok alone. She really didn't need All Stars 9. They needed her. And so nice of her to do it for a charity season too. Didn't win a single fucking lip sync.
She should. I know. She should come back though.
Yeah, but I don't think she needs to. Like, Plastique has such a niche on TikTok of just transformation videos that, like, dare I say, like, she's like, I don't want to say she's like the Trixie of TikTok, but just like, it's a thing where like they've become so successful past Drag Race that they don't need to come back to Drag Race. Like, I would put Bob the Drag Queen in the same thing. Bob the Drag Queen does not need to come back to Drag Race.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Like,
not.
crossed over into other reality television and New York Times best-selling author. Like, come on. But yes, no, I love this. It was very pleasing to me and my homegirls. And shout out to the Magic Chancla and the Money Gun. Yes. Very Puerto Rican. And last but certainly not least, we have Acid Betty on the right. She represents fire, and Denali represents ice. I think these two, like, conceptually had probably the strongest looks.
Yeah.
I love that they went for the Schiaparelli, like, inspired looks, and then Law Roach was able to, like, see that vision more so in Denali than Acid. Acid getting the critique of, you could tell, like, the draping kind of came from a safety pin, which is, like, you don't have
Who cares?
You don't have to clock her like that. If it looks good, it looks good.
Right. Who cares?
Yeah, and honestly, I think Acid did a great job designing her look. I think Denali did as well. And like Michelle, like saying like how the fabric was like mesh and you could like see Denali's pads through it. And then literally Law, Cynthia, and Ariana all saying no. Because the body T was too severe.
And then they go on the count of 3. What's the color underneath?
And then Michelle says yellow and Rue says green.
Green.
Which is one of the most unhinged things we've seen during deliberations in a while. But regardless, I feel like if we're going to have Diabetti as like one of the top looks of the week, Denali and Acid Betty are up there with her.
I agree.
Like those 3 looks on their own, phenomenal.
Agreed.
Yeah. And also I love that like we got to see like the layers shed back a little bit where like Acid was so worried that people weren't going to want to work with her because she had a reputation for her season, but like people were fighting over Acid this week.
I know, which I love that she was shocked about that.
Yeah, but it also shows like enough time has passed to the point where like people recognize that you are fierce. And like, yeah, when you're in the moment, like things come out, like whether you mean them to or not, but like, and also Acid Betty stands on business for what is right in the world. Like to the point where like, if you have Nicole Page Brooks saying, well, I didn't know that my coffee was doing this, that, and the other thing overseas because you stand on business that hard. Like, yes.
Absolutely.
Acid Betty, kudos to you, mama. Kudos for that, for spilling. The one time I will ever quote Plain Jane. Still don't think she should have been on this upcoming season of House of Villains, but that is neither here nor there. If Mistress wasn't doing All Stars, she would have been doing that.
Agreed.
There's always next season. But we find out that because they're getting judged in pairs, the top 2 All Stars of the week are Ginger Minj and Diabetti. Auntie Collins, do you agree?
No.
I honestly, I think Acid and Denali got robbed this week.
I agree.
Yeah. Like,
But
I love the fact that like they were
mostly
talking
because
about like using their powers for like the greater good of iced coffee.
Yeah. Well,
Which is like, yes.
the fact that the judges were dissing iced coffee at all.
And Ariana's like, I will not stand for this.
I won't stand for it. You know what? Same, because gay culture.
It's not even just gay culture. Bitch, I grew up with drinking Bustelo. I don't know what it's like for my heart to have a normal beat. I grew up with palpitations.
Let me tell you,
I got my first beta blocker at age 15.
when my brother Paul and I were living in just outside of New York City, we $2,700 for people who are for rent. We don't have money for groceries. We don't have anything. I wasn't trying to say anything, but Bustelo
Just know
coffee.
the NBA Finals, I'm the only thing with a little bit of dribble tonight.
On your face.
That's about the only thing these days. But anyways, continue with your story.
But Bustelo coffee was the only thing that got me through working 3 fucking jobs so that we could afford rent.
But it wasn't even just that. Like, I never had it as espresso until like later on in life. I always had it like either like you make it in a mocha pot or whatever, or you have it as drip coffee. The one time I tried to make it as espresso, this was like 2017, 2018. I'm working at Walgreens at the time, like the first time. It's me and like my favorite pharmacist in the world who I still love and adore to this day. Like, we ended up working in multiple places together. Like, that's how like much I adore this person. Like, newly off of coming back from maternity leave, she brings in like her little steam espresso machine, like her little Mr. Coffee. I'm like, shoot, we don't have any espresso beans right here. I know, like Bustelo that we have in there, it's ground like an espresso, so we'll do that. She pours herself like one double shot to make herself a drink. And she's like, Jose, what the fuck is in that coffee? Like, I don't feel good. I'm like, Jathia, I warned you, like, it'll put hair on your chest. I'm like, you didn't tell me it was going to do all of that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm over here, like, milking the cow, which is, like, her code for, like, because she was pumping at the time. So, like, if she needed to step away, like, that's what we used as, like, code words. So I knew not to go all the way in the back while she was doing that. She's like, I'm over here, and I'm, like, I'm shaking. Like, I feel, like, fueled. I'm just like, I warned you. I'm sorry. It was the only thing we had. But, yeah, no. Bustelo is not for the faint of heart. But, yes. No.
Wild.
Yeah. 10 out of 10 would recommend. But, yes, Ginger Minge and Dia Betty do win this week. Which was a choice. I mean, Dia, I feel like you could have made a case if they were getting judged individually. Ginger, like, she sold their story well, but just like, it wasn't my favorite. But that is okay. But we do find out that this week, the top 2 are lip syncing. And paying homage because we have our movie Glinda and Alphaba with us on the judges panel. But in the lip sync, they pay homage to the OGs, the originals, because they're lip syncing to the original Broadway cast recording. Adina Menzel and Kristen Chenoweth, even though it's edited to be just Alphaba's part, so it's really just Adina Menzel. That version.
Adele doesn't.
Yes. That version of Defying Gravity. Wait,
The one that I'm pretty sure I wore out on.
I have a fun memory of that version of Defying Gravity. So, like, when I was a young, like, 12-year-old, like, we would play around with Windows Movie Maker. And my friend had a little Canon camera that he borrowed from his mom. We went to the amusement park. Remember the old ride, the Gravitron, where, like, you're on the walls and everything, and it's, like, spinning around so fast and you slide up? We went back over the video of us on that ride and dubbed over, like, Defying Gravity. So, like, as they're sliding, it was like, so you never find me, look to the western sky. You know, like, very much that.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So, yeah, no, this was a fun lip sync just because we haven't had a good ballad in a while. Like, I enjoy, like, when we get to be theatrical and shit on Drag Race. Ginger Minge does win the lip sync, which, honestly, I don't hate it. I don't think she needed to change outfits for it. I think her and Dia were like neck and neck for this one because the kind of lip sync it is, they were neck and neck. It could have gone either way and I would have been totally fine. They could have done the bullshit that Mistress and Georges did where they split a point and I would have been okay with it. Say your thoughts. Go ahead.
Okay, I don't need Ginger Minge on my TV. I'm so sorry. What did you say? Reheated nachos?
Yeah, ultimately, that's not necessarily a Ginger thing. That is a World of Wonder thing where they wanted her back again.
But I feel
if
like
you're good at Drag Race and you end up doing good on Drag Race when you film it a 4th time, so be it.
But you can say no.
You can say no, but why not?
I don't know. It makes me feel for the queens that like this is their one shot, this is their one moment back. We haven't seen anyone else in
But the problem is that like
Cynthia.
the whole one shot thing, one shot of adrenaline, but like the whole one shot thing with All Stars is so far gone. Because like I think it's more normal for queens to be on 3 seasons than it is to be on their own season and just one All Stars. Like the fact that we're circling back to like this past year and we're seeing people like Acid Betty and Phoenix and Nicole Paige Brooks on All Stars and winning fans over to the point where they want them on other seasons of Drag Race. Like All Stars is not the one and done like people once thought it was going to be. Like I truly don't think a season of RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars is a one and done unless you win your All Star season the first go around. And even then, we saw All Stars winners go back to the all winner season. Some queens just love Drag Race, and some queens are just really good at Drag Race.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, do I wish other queens could have gotten casted instead? Yeah. But I mean, ultimately, Ginger's good Drag Race.
She is good Drag Race. I just hate seeing that she's the first one to.
She's not the first one.
No, she's the first one to win in this bracket.
Oh, in this bracket. Yeah, but I'm like, she's not the first one to come back 4 times.
No. But in this bracket.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Now,
I'm just
Jujubee
bitter
had
about
4
Denali.
US seasons. Would you have been as bitter? But because she did Canada or UK versus the world, it was okay.
Yeah, because I feel like UK versus the world is like charity.
Okay, fine.
Like giving a bone to you know what I mean? Like it's like when not charity, like
But just like you're doing it to like push up the viewership.
push up viewership. Right. That's what I meant. It's like other queens have gone to it's
And honestly, more often than not, the US queens don't win a versus the world season. The only one that did was Raja O'Hara. Because it felt like
but she's
Kylie
an
Sonique
international
Love.
bitch. So.
I love Kylie Sonique Love, but you could have
Right.
made a case for Raja to win that season of All Stars. You could have made a case for fucking Silky Nutmeg Ganache to go all the way in that Lollapalooza and then make it to the finale instead of having Eureka beat her at the end and then take it away from Trinity K. Bonet. And we all know that one video of Eureka saying that one word that Corey King quoted because Corey King's allowed to say that word.
Because she's allowed to.
You see how we
Eureka
don't
is
use
not.
slurs that aren't meant for us? Very mindful. Very correct. Very demure.
I'm looking forward to the VQ points next week. I'm excited following weeks.
I don't think we're going to get anything nearly as messy as we got last bracket, though. I will tell you what. This seems like a very kumbaya bracket.
Maybe I don't need it to be, because I felt like I need to file for sanctions.
It's like,
for
raise your
emotional
hands if you're
distress.
personally victimized by Mistress Isabel Brooks. Yeah.
I blocked her on Twitter. I had enough.
You know what it reminds me of? It's like, like when something, like some sort of drama is going on online, like they say, like, yeah, she did this. So I blocked this other person that has nothing to do with the drama at all. So you can just be like, yeah, no, like I was like on Twitter, like, we'll say like Chris Jericho was talking about like how the world was flat on Talk is Jericho, and I just had it with him. So I went and blocked Mistress Isabel Brooks. Like, just makes no sense.
Yeah.
No sense, but yes. Alas, Ginger does win, so Ginger's in the lead with 3 points. Betty has 2 points. The MVQ points remaining to be seen for next week. But this episode has come. It has gone. Auntie Collins leaves for the festival in 4 minutes, so that means it's time to wrap it up. I mean, we kind of alluded to it earlier. Auntie Collins, you are doing the thing on Thursday nights on your own channel, but do tell what's been going on with everything you got going on.
Okay, Thursdays through Tuesdays, I am streaming Love Island, except maybe not Saturdays, because I guess they're doing like a recap episode, so I don't need a recap. They're also doing like not before scene. So like give yourself some time, babe. But Thursdays through Tuesdays I am streaming, either doing a live reaction or just chatting about Love Island, what has happened, and it's like a quick 45, you know? It's a quick
And a pack of
hour.
zigzags, baby. That's all we need.
Yeah, that's all we need, baby. But go follow me on all social media. I am so close to affiliate already. So make sure that you are following me on twitch.tv/queer auntie. Help me get
Which
to
is not in
affiliate.
the ticker, by the way.
Oh, bitch. Okay. I
Hold
didn't
on,
know
we're gonna
that.
edit this.
Oh, okay. But tomorrow, instead of doing Love Island, we're gonna do a cozy stream, and we're gonna
Is
play
it
some
underscore queer
Sims.
auntie or just queer auntie?
It's just queer auntie.
Okay.
But we're gonna play some cozy Sims. So if you want to come over, you can say hi.
I can confirm that Auntie Collins did turn off their mods. Not mods in the chat, but no wicked whims. We're
No
not trying to
wicked
get suspended
whims.
again.
Yeah, I was testing TikTok yesterday to do live because there's not a way to pair.
Did you do live studio or how did you do it?
Yeah, I did live studio. I just want to
did-
see what it was like.
Did it give?
It's hard for me to say if it gave because I was streaming late, so it was like 10:30 my time.
Mm-hmm.
But there were like 150 people just like in the chat talking things,
I mean, that's good for a live stream.
but like there was nothing of substance, you know?
Oh, well.
So
I feel like I only really tried TikTok Studio once, and that was kind of like during Double or Nothing, like doing like some watch along. It really never got anything, so I just ended up dipping.
it's nothing to write home about. It's pretty user friendly though.
Well, it's not that. I'm just saying like streaming on TikTok as a whole, because it feels like unless like you're doing battles, which like I still don't understand to this day.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like people just be sending gifts and shit for what?
For what? I think I got like I was like, "Oh, roses. Oh, cute." Bitch, I made like 2 cents. That's 2 cents more than I
I'm still trying to make money,
Make.
which is why you could go to the TikTok shop and use my link to get yourself this lovely cracked Atom controller. It's teeny,
Oh.
it's tiny, it's functional,
I-
just like
I've
your
made-
man.
I've made money on the TikTok shop.
I'm glad one of us has, because I just now fucking got it after a year of trying.
I was like more gung ho when I had my old job because I just was doing nothing.
Oh, so you were just slinging
It was like a couple hundred a month. It was nice.
work, but like my thing is, I hate accounts that are just dedicated to TikTok shop.
That's what my account felt like it was becoming.
Yeah, like I still want to have like actual like content. Like maybe like once in a while, if there's something I actually give a shit about, I will get it for myself because I want to get it.
Yeah.
And then I could put you onto it. But like I'm not just gonna try to sell you shit for the sake of selling you shit. That's not my nature. But what is in my nature is the fact that next Saturday on my Twitch, so twitch.tv/Jose in the Air, I'm gonna have myself an early birthday stream. Because I don't know if you guys know this, I'm turning 30 in less than 2 weeks.
I'm turning 30.
God, I can't be Trixie on that one episode of anymore where I'm just like, I'm in my 20s. Oh, God, 20s. Oh, so young. Oh, God, damn. But yes, that is on the agenda. Wednesdays at Body Slam. I will be back this coming week for more Dynamite up with JPJ talking AEW Dynamite.
Good.
4-hour shows on a Wednesday night with an 8 to 4:30. Not conducive. That I will say. Thank you for covering for me.
I was on a 3-hour delay and I was struggle busing.
Wait, did you find a feed?
What do you mean?
Oh, I thought you meant a 3-hour delay of Fighter Fest, not just like
No,
you
I watched
having
it on
the time zone.
HBO because
Oh,
apparently if I change my location,
We love a VPN.
it's great.
Yes. I mean, that's how I watch Drag Race on WoW Presents Plus without getting Paramount Plus. $6 a month, no ads. So yeah. But you know what? What else you could do for free? Just follow OLE. Come on, guys. You got horror stuff. You have wrestling stuff. You have drag stuff, music stuff, sports stuff. It is all here. Our friends Astrid Pizarro and Ed Fries got to interview Big Body Javi, Core Kid Javi. Their interview is live. Go check that out. It's on the videos tab. It's not on your live feed because I got to do it ahead of time. Go check it out. It was a good interview. It's Ed's first wrestling interview, which I'm proud of him for getting to do. And also, considering they've been watching NXT and talking about it for years, getting someone that they've seen evolve in front of their eyes over the years has been very rewarding. But alas, we will see you guys next week for more of the Mother Tuck and Post show. So until then, take care and have a great night, everybody.